Top of the morning to you, everybody. It's me. And welcome back. Hope you're doing well. So 1.19 snapshots. Unfortunately, they're probably not going to start for a while, but that won't stop the modding community at all. Definitely not. In fact, it will probably only encourage the modding community because they've done it. And they've actually done it since, like, Minecraft Live, like 2 months ago. Today, we're going to take a look at a really cool wild update concept mod by Zane JX81. Looks pretty sweet. We're going to check it out in a minute. But before we get into today's video, a quick word from today's sponsor, Step. If you've never heard of them until now, Step's whole thing is safe mobile banking for teens. With Step, you'll be able to create a free FDIC insured bank account, and you'll get a Visa card too. This Visa card is going to work anywhere that Visa cards normally will. I like graphic design. I'm a big fan of when things look clean. Speaking of looking clean, the Step app. You can easily do things like track your balance, manage your money, all from the Step app. When you order a physical card, you get to customize it, which is pretty cool, but even better, this thing fully supports Apple Pay. You can move it over into your wallet and just use it there. It's even easier and almost hands-free. Step is safe banking for teens. With Step, you'll be able to start building credit before you're 18. Check out the link down at the top of the description to download the Step app and get $10 for free when you sign up with Step. Big thank you to Step for sponsoring this video. So that mod, the very first time I saw the mod, I was on Planet Minecraft. I was on Planet Minecraft looking for some wild update content, and then boom, that magical moment. That sets the tone, the atmosphere, right there. Look at this cover art. Like, this cover art is what caught my eye. It's just so nice looking. Like, a good artwork, a nice piece of art, I could appreciate it for sure. It looks really nice. So the 1.19 wild update concept mod. There's a lot here. This is a really, really big mod. It's also a mod that is currently being worked on. I think. The mod isn't fully finished. There are some things missing, like Chestboat. However, there are also some things that are not missing, like, for example, the Warden. The Warden is here, and a ton of the Deep Dark stuff is here too. It's really cool. Inside of this chest right here are all of the things inside of this mod right now as of the recording of this video. At least everything that I could find. A bunch of new wood, a new leaf, some new bricks, and all of this Deep Dark stuff down here, like the Skulk Catalyst, the Skulk Block, the Skulk Shrieker, the Skulk Vein, and the Frog. The Warden makes a whole lot more sense. So these Skulk things are in the game, and the Skulk sensor is of course in the game too. You just use the commands, that's in vanilla Minecraft. The Shrieker, look at this thing, it's so spooky. That right there, it's cool. And the Warden, this stuff is all really, really cool. However, I feel like I've talked a fair amount about the Deep Dark stuff, and like nothing about all of the other swamp things. So that's what we're going to focus on today. The Skulk stuff is really, really cool, though, especially the Shrieker. Super, super excited for that. And then the Warden is really nice, too. The Warden is actually a work in progress in this mod, but yeah, we're going to have to get rid of this thing. It has a lot of health. It's like a tank. You know what? This is taking like a really long time. Can I just actually just do this? Yep, there we go. Right now, this wild update concept mod adds a lot of the swamp update features that we'll be able to check out for real in 1.19. We'll start with the new wood type. The wood type is something big. I mean, I love a wood type. A new wood type is always good. Overall, looking at this wood type and the stripped version of it, it looks really, really nice. The stripped version kind of looks like acacia. We'll do some comparisons later. And then the normal log, at least to me, the normal log looks like you take dark oak wood, you take jungle wood, they have child, and here's the child. Based off of the footage that we saw, the info that we got at this year's Minecraft Live, Mangrove wood will be a brand new type of wood coming to the game in 1.19, and you'll be able to find it in the new type of swamp, the Mangrove swamp. At least I'm pretty sure. I think the old swamp, this swamp right here, is still going to be in the game in 1.19. We'll have like another new type of swamp. But anyways, the wood type, like I just said a second ago, kind of giving dark oak vibes, kind of giving jungle vibes, like the texture going horizontal. Yeah, that's definitely like jungle logs, but then the dark tone, that's kind of like dark oak. The top of the log here, it kind of looks like stripped dark oak to me, but of course with this log texture right there, and just like all other wood types, you can place it in every single like direction. There's also a fully barked over version of this log too. I mean, you probably assumed this, but just in case you were wondering, chopping this stuff, can you chop it? Yeah, definitely. So this is normal oak log with a wooden axe. That's mangrove wood. Did you notice anything? The speed of this stuff is quicker. Now, I think that's probably just the mod's interpretation of this stuff. There's no way that the wood type is going to chop at a different speed. But, I mean, to be honest, it does kind of raise an interesting point. Like, what about that idea? Like, why not? That could be kind of interesting. So, with a diamond axe, it's the same speed. It's the exact same speed as a wooden axe. I mean, it's a mod, you know, a work in progress. It's being worked on, so it is what it is. Diamond axe on the oak log compared to this is basically the same, though. But yeah, it does make an interesting point. Maybe different wood types have different mining speeds. I don't know. It could be kind of interesting. Can you strip the logs? Definitely. That works just like normal. Take an axe, you use the axe on it, and it gets stripped. Now, the stripped tone becomes a whole lot more like acacia wood to me. Like, the orange in this block really comes through here. It looks kind of, like, completely different from this top texture when it's stripped. but at the same time, like, I mean, it's similar, like, it works. I mean, consider the dark oak log for the longest time since this edition until 1.18, so I mean, this kind of works. We'll give it a pass. Other than the new unique tone of the stripped log block, which I think is pretty nice, everything else about it is pretty much the same. The texture is basically the same as every single other stripped log block, other than the top of the thing. So the logs, of course, you can take the logs and craft them down into planks. However, small little issue right there. So that's a glitch in the recipe. However, if we were to take this and go right here, there we go. We get the planks. Now the planks follow this tone very, very closely. Here are the planks. If you were to look at these things, like just glance at them, you could definitely mistake these for like acacia planks. If dark oak and jungle combine to make this stuff, this time around it's going to be jungle planks and acacia planks combined to make this stuff right there. That gradient, the fade, is like pretty much perfect. I think this is pretty true to the tone, the texture that was shown off in Minecraft Live 2. It's kind of interesting to see this stuff in game. It's really similar to these other two. So back to the planks. Here the planks are right here, and of course the variants too. A staircase and a slab version of the block. Now it's just a staircase and a slab. The tone of the block is exactly the same. They're just staircase and slab, but they're here too. Now moving on, we also have the door family right in here, the trap door. That's a nice looking trap door, like really, really good. And kind of, honestly, it looks like leather to me, right? Like I feel like you could take this trap door and make some kind of saddle, like really, really easily with this texture. Like put the trap doors like that, maybe something on the top like that. And it's like a big version of like a saddle or like a big bundle or something like that. Maybe it's too soon for the bundle. But anyways, the door over here. This is a really nice looking door too. It's simple. It's a solid door. I really like doors that have windows, but I mean, I can't complain. It's nice. I like that there's an arch on the door, so bonus points for that. The fence type in here too. It's in here. I mean, it's a fence. What can we say about it? There's a gate. It works, and there's a fence. It kind of looks like jungle. Kind of looks like acacia. Let's do some comparisons. So let's start by taking a look at the planks. I tried to organize stuff in a little bit of a gradient. So we have birch right there that turns into oak, to spruce, to dark oak. Then we have jungle that turns into the mangrove wood that turns into acacia. I feel like that kind of goes like that. And then we have these two random ones, so we just ignore them. But yeah, this is how this compares to all of the other wood types in the game. Honestly, I still kind of really think that, assuming this is pretty close to what was at Minecraft Live, it needs to be different. So this is on the mod or anything. This is on the devs, but I don't know. I feel like a swamp wood tone of like a lime color, or just even like a light green. Like you take green and mix it with birch. I think that would be a really, really interesting concept and would definitely provide more variation. I mean, this is like nice and all. It's different for sure, but it's also like really, really similar. Like, I don't know. I mean, look at these two wood types right there. They're like crazy. They're wild. Is it easy to work with them? No, definitely not. But are they there and it's an option? Yes, which makes it really, really cool. Pretty sure this texture is pretty faithful to what was shown off in Minecraft Live, and yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's so similar. Like, look at this thing on the side compared to dark oak, like basically the same. Going back up and down like that. Basically take jungle wood, like I said, combine it with that, and boom, you get this stuff right there. I mean, it's nice, right? I'm not here to just complain about things. Like, it is nice, and this color right there on top is completely different, but I don't know. Again, this isn't on the mod maker, though. This is just staying pretty true to what was shown off in Minecraft Live. So moving on, over here, the stripped logs. This is where it gets different. It's really, really different, actually, surprisingly, when put next to jungle and acacia. Earlier, I said this stuff kind of looks like acacia, and in my opinion, it definitely does. When it's, like, isolated and on its own, like, standing alone, not next to acacia wood, it looks pretty similar. But take this stuff and put it right next to acacia and all of the other wood types, and you can see there's, like, a clear difference. This stuff is not close to any of the stuff at all. It's almost like this crimson wood, but, like, a little more toned down. Honestly, I wish the planks would take a little bit more inspiration from this, because look at this. Like, this is softened down, looks a lot more like jungle planks. If it was like a little bit more red, I think it would be a little bit more useful. I mean, of course, like a green would be like the ideal situation for a swamp wood, but like, I don't know. If you made that a little bit more red, I feel like it could become a little bit more useful. Also, I didn't know where to fit this stuff in. Like, all of this kind of blends together, but that is just random over there. Here are some doors in a lineup right here. This is a really nice looking door. When you compare this door to the other door options that we have in the game, I think it makes it pretty obvious that this one is actually potentially like very, very useful for building. Especially, I mean, no offense, but maybe a little bit more useful than that. Maybe even a little bit more useful than that. I don't know. I mean, no offense to those two, but yeah. Moving on to the trap doors, here they are right here, and still, I love this trap door texture. Honestly, one of the things that gets me most excited about a new wood type is maybe a new trap door. Like, I don't know if it's like weird or what, but like, yeah, I really get excited about new trap door types. They're great for decorating. They usually provide so many different other like design options. Like, look at this. It's like a nice box for a tree. We could have never done that before. And technically we still can. But maybe one day. Finally, for the wood or things related to the wood type, before we move on to something else, let's talk about the leaves and the brand new root block. So mangrove trees are going to be completely unlike any other tree in the game. They're going to have those weird root structures like you're looking at right now. It's going to be really, really cool. Can't wait till trees actually grow like that in game. Also, there's the whole propagules thing, but speaking of propagules, I don't think they're in the pack right now, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. So the trees are going to grow in really, really interesting, strange, and unique ways. It's going to be really cool. There's going to be like root blocks. Will we be able to get them? I'm not too sure. I think it would be cool if we could, but we'll see. So we'll have a brand new root block or something like it. That'll be cool. And of course, a brand new leaf type. You know what they say. When we have a new type of tree, we have a new type of leaf. Not wood. Not necessarily wood. But a leaf? Yes, always. A brand new type of leaf. So this leaf is a little more viney looking. Looks similar in tone to the swamp oak tree. But a direct comparison will show that this is a lot more dark green. So maybe you take like the spruce tone and put it into here, and then maybe you get that. Maybe not. This is the leaf. If I had to pretend all of this stuff was the actual version of mangrove wood that makes it into the 1.19 update, had to give a quick overview, I would say I like it. However, I do think that the plank texture should be changed, like maybe turn it a little bit more red, just turn it a different color. But other than that, I think it's all really nice, and I really like how the creator of the mod stayed true to what was shown off in Minecraft Live. Moving on. The frog. One of the big parts of the wild update is going to be the frog. In 1.19, we'll be able to find different types of frogs inside the world. It's going to be pretty cool. So this is the frog right here. As you can see, it makes noise, it breathes, it jumps. It's like amazing. Also tied to the frog, we have these particle effects. The particle effects are the firefly. So fireflies are actually a part of this pack, but they're not their own mob. They just kind of exist in here around the frog. It's kind of like the spore blossom particles. Frogs are amazing. You would never take them out. If you took them out, you get nothing. You get literally nothing at all, and they're insanely, insanely weak. So like, why would you actually even take these things out? That's like heartbreaking sounding. That's terrible. So yeah, don't do that. In 1.19, frogs will come in different variants, like a snowy version. Right now in this pack, that's not here. In 1.19, frogs come from tadpoles. That is also not inside of the pack right now. Right now, we just have the frog that jumps around, swims around kind of insanely, like, what are you doing? And there's fireflies around it. I definitely feel that there's only one way to do this. In 1.19, when the frog is added, if it has a drop, 100%, over 100%, that drop needs to be for a potion of leaping. If it's not, then that's not even a real frog. Another big and super fascinating part of the 1.19 wild update is mud. Mud will be coming to the game in the wild update. Now in this pack, how it works is pretty simple. We need dirt, we need water. So we take a dirt block, we take a water bottle, and soak the dirt block right there. Now the water inside of the water bottle actually does not get used up. Even if I was inside of survival, the water is just inside of the bottle still. The mud block breaks pretty quickly by hand, so that's how you could do things. If you wanted to use a shovel to break the mud block, then you would find out that actually it's the exact same speed, so just break the mud block by hand. It kind of has a squishy sound. I mean, compared to dirt, I guess it makes sense. Like, mud would probably be pretty squishy. Now, let's talk about the texture. We take the coal block, we take this terracotta block right there. Boom, child right there. That's the mud block. You take this texture, you take this tone, combine them a little bit, gray it down a little bit, and that's mud. So in 1.19, there's going to be this really cool mud drying out concept where you take a mud block, put it above dripstone with pointed dripstone below, water drips out, the mud turns to clay. That's not inside of the pack right now. However, mud bricks are definitely inside of the pack. Now right now, to get mud bricks, all you need to do is go to a crafting table with 4 mud blocks, and you'll get 2 mud bricks. The mud compresses down into bricks. I feel like, honestly, this recipe kind of makes sense. Like, I mean, if you're going to take literal chunks of mud and form them into bricks, you're probably going to have to take a lot of mud and, like, compact it down. So the loss of 2 blocks, I think it makes sense. There are actually a lot of 1.19 concept mods out right now. I was messing around with a few of them, and one of them basically took mud inside of the furnace, smelted it up, and turned it into bricks. I thought that was a really interesting concept too. You're like drying the mud out, turning it into bricks. I think that makes sense as well. Mud bricks. Oddly squishy sounding for bricks for sure, and not very hard, but I guess that could kind of make sense if you think about it. It is just mud after all. But mud brick, this is what it looks like. It's like a brown brick. Let's talk about the other bricks in the game. We have the red bricks right there. I think they look nice. We have prismarine right there. Looks like tiles, but they're bricks technically. These bricks right there. These amazing trio right here. That's a great trio. And that one too. And then this. So the mud brick texture, it's actually pretty similar to quartz bricks. If you were to glance at this stuff really quick, you'd say, no, actually, Waddles, you're wrong. You're just not correct at all. It's the same texture, but it's actually a little different. We have a line right there. This one doesn't have a line right there, so 1 solid brick, 2 solid bricks. In a larger area, the mud brick looks really, really good. I'm super excited for mud bricks to come to the game. I mean, it sounds like such a simple concept, like square bricks. It's not the most revolutionary idea. It's a literal square. They're literal bricks, but bricks are like some of the most useful things in the entire game for building, for decorating. So really excited about this. And I mean, again, just like with the Mangrove wood, huge credit to the mod maker. I mean, I'm sure it would be really fun to take like personal liberty, make the texture whatever you want, but this looks like pretty much spot on to what was shown off in Minecraft Live. And this texture, oh, don't even get me started about it. I hope the developers don't really change this thing very much by the time it makes it to the update. This texture in its current form, perfect for floors, perfect for walls, perfect for ceiling, perfect for roof. I mean, look at this stuff. It looks like shingles. It's literally perfect for everything except windows. Like, it's unstoppable. Now, right now in this pack, when it comes to the mud, that's it. In 1.19, will mud bricks have stairs and slabs? I'm not too sure if the devs confirmed or denied mud brick slabs, mud brick stairs anywhere, but honestly, I think it could go either way. Like, it would be cool to have, but also at the same time, I think it'll be fine if we don't get them. Overall, mud bricks, I think they'll become one of the most intriguing and potentially most useful parts of the wild update. It's going to be really interesting to set up farms with this stuff and actually build with this stuff as well. I like how this pack implemented it into the game. Mangrove wood, mud and mud bricks, frogs. For now, for this pack, that's it. I was drawn to this 1.19 concept because I felt that it stayed really true to what we actually know, like what is actually confirmed about 1.19, how things are going to look, how things are going to function. But there are a lot of 1.19 concept mods out there. Would you like to see me check out more? If yes, leave a like. If you're new here, you should consider subscribing. I make videos like this all the time. On the end card, I'll put my data pack showcase playlist where I check out data packs, which are essentially mini mods. Huge thank you to my patrons, GBFan1984, Divins, and Dark Panther 7. Appreciate the support. It's been me, your boy. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.